Morning, guys. So I know that you had texted about combing and brushing him, and he's not fond of it. What I actually prefer that you start with is getting a bristled brush with like horsehair or something extremely soft, because he's not very good at accepting this, and the comb is even worse. It does tend to kind of tug and pull, which means that he's not going to tolerate that really deep, intense trying to retrieve the mats out. But what I'm going to show you is what I've been doing with him with this brush to kind of get him more tolerant of it. Basically, I hold him by the flat collar so this way he can't run away or do anything. He doesn't tend to run away from me, but just in case he decides that he wants to do anything, I still have him physically held. And of course, Nike's here for moral support, aren't you? Okay, so what I start doing is just take it very softly at the very tip of the hair. So do not go deep. You can see that he's already a little uncomfortable with it. So you just keep brushing him very softly at the top. And then as soon as he starts to panic a little bit, trying to bite at the brush, you stop. And then you go ahead and wait until he calms down slightly and try again. No, good. And then keep going. So this way you can kind of get him used to the idea of the soft bristles. And then once he gets more and more confident, more and more comfortable, you can go to something like this more consistently. But what I want you to do is be able to just kind of comb the very top of his body hair and get him tolerant of it. Certain areas he might be uncomfortable with, and like you see, he's switching side to side, and that's fine for right now. I want him to be comfortable with this, so allow him to move around as needed, but basically all I'm doing is just working the very tips of the hair. Good. Now, if you do find a significant mat or an issue, definitely use the thicker parts of the comb. Go on top of the hair first and continue to move down towards the roots and see if you can break out any of those mats. Now, if it's a problem or if you feel like he's struggling with it a lot because it might be painful, in those situations he does need to be professionally groomed, because they'll be able to really dry the fur and then be able to really comb the mat out once it's been lifted away from the skin. That's the biggest issue with mats, is that they're too close to the skin and they are painful to remove when they're that close. So a really solid blow dry with a professional dryer helps to lift it off of the surface of the skin. But if you need to, very soft combing, and each time just getting a little bit closer to the skin. You see how it's already stuck? This is the kind of stuff we want to avoid, because that will cause him to be more and more uncomfortable. You see? So in that situation, you just take a little bit of extra time, get him comfortable with it, and it combs out, and then you have no more issue. That's a good boy. I know, you're doing so good. Thank you so much. But that's a short video of how I want you to start brushing. Get him consistently comfortable with your touch first, then do the combing, and then obviously a professional grooming, I say at least every 6 weeks, is really ideal for him. Thanks.